Hey guys, it's Speed. This week we're talking about our families and our relationships with them. I'm not going to go into specifics about which and what each one of my family members do, just for their privacy, but I will go into like my relationships with each one of them. First off, I have three sisters, and with the three, I have a twin sister, and she is pretty homophobic for the most part. We haven't spoken in 3 years. She outed me in high school and pretty much made that miserable. So trying to cope with any of my dysphoria while trying to navigate a very hostile person was difficult. I know we haven't spoken in 3 years because there was a blow up during a holiday, and she was again just very homophobic and using a lot of slurs and in a very negative connotation. So I decided to just cut ties with that and not deal with it because you can't, sometimes you just can't deal with the negativity, you can't change their mind. I have a middle sister, she's about 4 years older than me, and she is, out of all my sisters, she's the one that I can talk to about anything. She was the only one that I flat out told about the top surgery. And I think she understood, like, growing up through high school, she watched me versus my twin sister and how I was wearing more men's clothes and I was trying to wear puffy sweatshirts and baggy clothes, trying to hide them. So I think she kind of understood it and saw it real easy. And she's just very easy to talk to. I think it's just that age gap, even though she's 4 years older than me. Yeah, then I have a sister that's about 7 or 8 years older than me, kind of roughly. She, and I didn't tell her about the top surgery, like, ahead of time. I just let my middle sister tell her. And then when she did talk to me about a month after the surgery, she just kind of compared it to, in my entire family, we were all large-breasted women, and she was like, I'm tired of bras too, I should cut them off. And I'm like, it's not exactly I'm tired of bras, it's a dysphoria to the point where, I couldn't leave the house, I wouldn't get out of my bed, I'd vomit because I'm so anxious about people talking to me or interacting with me because of them. So, but I don't think she quite understood the gender side of it as much. And then she went on to compare it to she shouldn't have to shave her armpits because it's a feminine construct. And then I also agree with that. But it's I don't think it's exactly the same. Yeah, and then there's my mom. My mom is really awesome. I told her ahead of time about that I wanted the top surgery and that I was getting it done. And she, for the most part, was very, very understanding. She did suggest that I wear falsies at holidays, which was a little hard to get over. I ended up wearing falsies for Thanksgiving because I was just terrified about, like, what her side of the family, like aunts and uncles and such, would think. But even just wearing the falsies, I was so dysphoric and I started getting an anxiety attack that I locked myself in my room back home and went to sleep for 12 hours until the rest of the family left. But then at Christmas I didn't do that. I just wore a really nice shirt and I was flat and I loved it and no one asked any questions or anything, which was nice. But yeah, my mom gave me her blessing for the surgery. Which was actually very relieving because I think if I didn't have her approval, I think the whole time when I was down in Florida and even the couple texting I did do with her, just trying to entirely hide it from her, you just feel that unsettled and you want to be able to talk to your family about how you don't feel the same on the inside as how you look on the outside. Yeah, that was pretty great. But yeah, she did ask when I did talk about that I wanted to get top surgery. She asked if I wanted to go on to testosterone. So that made me feel good because she at least knew what options there were for women or female assigned at birth people. Their options thus forward. So she actually was researching it on her own time, which really made me feel good because that means she was trying back. I told her at the time, because this was last May, that I didn't want to go on testosterone, and for the most part, I haven't told any of my family members that I've been taking testosterone gel a month on, a month off, here and there. Just because, again, I'm sort of a private person too. I don't want to go into each and every little thing that, like, oh, I just want a little bit more muscle, but I don't want this, that. But yeah. And, oh, my father. I have been estranged from my father since I was 5 years old. We haven't really talked or any of that such. He's mentally ill, and he's not entirely there. And the last time there was a correspondence, he wrote a letter basically to everyone in the family, sent it to our house, and he wrote just very negative things about gay men. So I can only assume that he feels the same way about gay women as well as transgenders or genderqueer people. So I'm just gonna let that one go as well. But yeah, that's my basic relationship with my family. For the most part, I think I've had it lucky, because my mom understands that, you know, I'm going to take steps forward to make me comfortable in my body, and she understands and respects that. But yeah, so that's my basics with my family and our relationships. Excellent. Hope I helped.